Hello Capricorn friends, welcome to my channel Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That is me, my name is Annie. Happy to have all you cool Capricorns up in the house. The first half of this reading will be career, money, finances, things of that sort. The second half will be love, romance, relationships. Welcoming you all to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Knowing full well that here on YouTube, general messages is what I spin out, and that means not everything I say will resonate with you. If all of it does, that's fantastic, but just to set expectations, pieces and parts of this likely will, so take away those messages, that energy, and do with it, however you see fit, right, in your life. Implement wherever you see fit. You will always be in the driver's seat, and I think that's important to note, right, just to clarify for the newbies. But for all those returning, welcome. If you haven't already hit subscribe, do that for me. I'm so close to hitting my goal of 2,000 subs. Anything else about this reading that you were wondering or questioning will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can, including on this video. If you want to book a personal, information is down in the box below. That's about it. We're going to hop in. Let's get some love cards for my Capricorns out there. Capricorns. Three cards for love. You guys currently have a June monthly tarot reading posted. You also have two mini, what I call my Little Sips love reading. This is sort of going to be Little Sips miniature readings for both career and finances and love. If you're looking for something extensive, check out the monthly. And I'm also going to be doing July monthlies fairly soon. So that to look forward to. Let's hop into your reading. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. You're applying to jobs or doing some very serious writing. For any of my Capricorns who are writers, musicians, even artists, doing anything with language or dialect. You could be a translator, something like that. I see you working very hard and potentially awaiting results. Some of you are photographers too, cinematographers, working behind the camera, doing photo shoots, merchandising products. It could even be working on your Instagram, and in which case doing lots of writing. You could be writing online, doing blog posts, something like that. It's something you enjoy. It's something that really brings you joy. So if that's not your story, it's not your message. But Six of Cups, it's like nostalgia, it's warmth, it's soulmate energy. In a career spread, it's almost like it's your soul path to do this type of career. So, I mean, look at these cards. Quite clearly, books, writing, again, language skills. You could be a language teacher of sorts, right? Maybe you're correcting essays. Maybe you're, again, a professor or something. Even in the arts, like writing, and this to me is such a, the idea of like a magnifying glass looking through the lens. Such a shout out, if you will, to my cinematographers, to anyone who works in, filmmaking or something of the sort. Because Three of Wands does indicate you've already, Two of Wands choosing the path. Three of Wands indicates you've already gone down that path and now you're waiting to see the results or reach the milestone, which is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a great card. It's not here yet, but I mean, if that's where you're headed, this to me says, yeah, keep pursuing this, because there's going to be some sort of milestone, whether that's just a personal milestone of, maybe you're celebrating your personal anniversary of, wow, I've had this photography business for 2 years and I'm starting to book more clients. I started this blog 1 year ago and I feel like my writing has gotten better, right? Even if it's personal, small goals, that's great. And I mean, frequently when you're doing what you love and putting your passion into it, usually that tends to attract some sort of money eventually, even if it's small bits. You have King of Pentacles coming up, so that's not small bits of money, that's large bits of money, right? It could be that you're applying for some sort of loan to fund your business or whatever that is, right? King of Pentacles, the king of money, the king of his career, the king of the household. It could be a doctor, it could be someone who works with the body. Maybe you're a fitness coach, right? Maybe you're just needing to it could be a reminder you're needing to spend more time on your body, not just sitting there typing away all day, right? Everything in moderation, right? Including moderation. That's what Charlie Sheen said, and Lord knows we should listen to him. No, I'm just kidding. He would say that. Everything in moderation, including moderation. I just like that. I think it's funny sounding. Anyway, let's get back to your reading as I ramble. The Hierophant. Don't turn your back on your kid. What does that mean? That probably is a reference to your inner child. That's what this is reminding you of. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. That's a blanket statement, right? And I know a lot of you don't like hearing that, and I have to admit that to me, actually, that comes out a lot in my earth signs, particularly Virgo and Capricorn, because you guys are such dedicated workers. You'll work all hours of the clock to get something done because there's a tremendous amount of pride in that, but also it's just, I mean, again, blanket statements, but traditionally Capricorns, you just have an incredible work ethic where you falter, and it's not really so much a fault, but in a sense, if you're looking for feedback or what universe is trying to tell you in this tarot reading, saying, are you having fun? Are you being silly? Are you spending time with your kid, right? It's like you're building your throne, you're building your empire, but what about the baby? Literally, the baby is the key. The baby has the key. So if you don't have children, it's saying, are you honoring your inner child? Are you essentially unlocking doors of maybe perception, right, in your mind, of honoring what it is you wanted in your youth, or if it's not in your youth, things that make you happy, you know? The baby cries because it wants its bottle. The baby cries because it wants affection, right? When you strip it down to the basics, like, are you, in a sense, it's like, are you nurturing yourself properly? Are you burning the candle at both ends? Are you devoting too much time to your dreams? And again, kind of not, it could just be indicating, are you spending enough time with your family? Are you sacrificing something to put more work into something else? And I mean, the message could go vice versa, right? Maybe, are you not working hard enough because, I don't know what the situation would be. Are you enjoying, I don't want to say, are you enjoying the summer? Of course you should be. But do you understand what I mean? It's about balance, right? Are you spending too much time with your family, in which case you're putting work on the back burner? And I mean, only to that I would say, it seems like there's some opportunity where there could be money or maybe new employment or something. So I guess balance it out. Exactly. Thank you, Spirit. 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity, back and forth. It's always shown with like a little scale. Sometimes it's like a shout out to Libra or even a Taurus, right? Yeah, it's saying, again, everything in moderation, right? I know that I was saying that sort of half jokingly, but it's true. Some of you, if you are particularly a single parent and you're struggling with childcare, it's saying it might be worth investing that little extra money to pay for a babysitter or this or that, so you can really focus on your work and kick ass during those 8 hours of the day, although knowing you, it's like the 12 hours of the day, and then you can come home and do the mommy, daddy, parent thing, right? It's something about moderation, but it is, the way it was first relayed to me is don't turn your back on the child. So again, metaphors for most of you, but there's something important about that. And also temptation. What is tempting you? And it probably isn't for your best or highest good. For some of you, it may be, there's so many messages here about splitting of time, but it may also have to do with splitting of time between romantic suitors. I'm not totally sure what to do with that, but if it's your message, particularly something with a Scorpio and a Taurus, you might be, and I don't know why that's coming up in your work reading. I'm by no means trying to be preachy about your love life here, but maybe those are your two bosses. I don't know, something about a Taurus and a Scorpio. There's temptation. Okay, it could be multiple jobs too. There may be a temptation to take on too much work. Something about right down the middle, but what's left for you? What's left for your child? What's left for family time? It does have to do with honoring your body. Even like your nutrition, you may be skipping meals or not eating lunch or not exercising or whatever. Something to keep your body fueled, right? You know, if you're that warrior, you have to make sure your body, right, your temple is like well enough to do the work you're trying to, you know, the output of work you're trying to do. You need to worry about the internal, the inside as well. Some of you may quite literally want to open a daycare or work with children, but there's something you're not seeing or missing. And something about nutrition keeps coming up. I don't really know what to do with these messages. I'm sorry, Capricorn. Let me keep working through this and see what other messages we have, because it might make sense when I keep going. There was something put on pause or potentially ending, but you're not wanting to see it, or you're refusing that ending, and that's not necessarily terrible. But yeah, the stall or the delay of it is going to be frustrating. You might be working with a gatekeeper of sorts, someone who's like, no, I'm sorry, we're not taking resumes right now, or, we're too busy to do the phone interview, and you're sort of hell-bent on, no, like, I'm coming through, so get ready. I am sort of sensing you're not taking no for an answer. The universe is saying that rejection is divine protection. So while you may have the inclination to essentially, like, bang the door down, like, no, I want to be seen, you need to, whatever, you need to hear my demo, you need to see my art, you need to read my whatever. Rejection is divine protection. By not getting this job, or by not forcing something that is not supposed to fit, it's almost like the universe is trying to send you in a different direction, and by refusing or denying that, essentially that rejection, or again, that pause, that delay, it's keeping your headspace behind when you should be focused forward to accept new blessings, which are 10 of Cups blessings, just so you can see what I'm looking at here. Card of Scorpio, it's a death card. I see you as like this rider, right? The person on the horse with their flag, celebrating yourself, your skills, your victories, your whatever. That's great. There's one or two people like halt who goes there. Again, like delay, pause, something about it. By being like, make way, I'm coming through, this job will be mine, I'm not taking no for an answer, I'm going to keep hounding you for the interview. You may be shooting yourself in the foot. It's just being relayed to me this way again, looking back at what is paused, or what is essentially the universe is like, nope, not right now, you're out of here. Again, it doesn't have to mean forever, but in the current energy, something about this isn't working, and yet you're very much, you need to walk away. Your body's in the right direction, but your head, your mind, the swords, you're still leaving swords behind so you could go back and get it. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying it would serve you more to focus on something else, forward thinking, forward projection, because you're actually going to be much happier there. I'm not saying this opportunity won't come around again. In fact, it very likely will, but I would not put all your eggs in one basket and only apply to that one job thinking, they'll take me eventually. Because again, you may miss out on some opportunity because you're so, I don't know if it's loyal or committed to job A. Job B may actually be a much better fit for you. And quite frankly, 10 of Cups could mean there might be a budding relationship there, even if it's non-romantic, right? There could be a great partnership, a business partnership involved here. Something where you could start off at this job and then you two form your own startup and do something else. Or with Cups, money flow. Money is an energy, right? So 10 of Cups, that's pretty damn good, but it may be a job where you don't get the title that you want. 8 of Pentacles is frequently indicative of the artisan, the apprenticeship, mastering of your craft, fine-tuning it. You may have to take if this applies, right? A job that doesn't have the senior title or whatever it is you want. It may not have the exact paycheck or monetary amount that, that's what I mean. You're like, no, I am earning $80,000 a year or I'm out. It's saying that by being so fickle, I don't know if that's the right word, about your demands, again, there might be something that you're not seeing. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, it's like, well, think of it. There's the duality. There's the pot of gold right in front of you, but if you were to follow that rainbow a little bit further in another direction, there's another pot of gold there, and it might be, in metaphor, even fuller, right? It might be something better. Just because you can see it now, because it's almost, because you can almost reach out and touch it, it's easier, but you might be fooling yourself into thinking, well, that's the one. It's right there. It's easy. But again, Capricorn, your spirit is so just like, work hard, I got this. It might serve you to embrace the pause, embrace the delay, because it could be that something more beautiful is coming into you. Finances don't look terrible, and it really doesn't even look bad, I'll be honest. 8 of Pentacles, that could even mean that you're just kind of going to be in this cycle for a little bit longer. You're still going to be doing what you're doing, but 8 of Pentacles is not a bad card. In fact, it's one of my favorite cards, actually. So that could be indicating that you might be in the current role you're in. If you don't love it, you may have to wait it out a little bit longer. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. By all means, keep applying to things if that at all resonates with you. Because I know not all of you are looking to jump ship. So let me try and view this in another way, too. This could also indicate some of you feel abandoned by your boss, like they don't see you or they undermine you, they undervalue you. It could be that you always feel like your boss is like untouchable or unreachable or like gives you the cold shoulder. In which case, I have to be honest, what I'm seeing is that you're like, all right, treat me like that. I'm out. Like, I'm going to start, in a sense, like, liar, cheater, thief vibes, being sneaky. It's not bad. It's like, okay, I'm looking for other positions because you clearly aren't acknowledging what I'm putting into this company. And I do like that because it's like the baby holds the key. You have the information. Like, you have very valuable ideas. It's reinforcing that. But it's almost like they're giving you peanuts. They're not paying you what you're worth. Yeah, I understand this isn't every Capricorn story, but it just keeps coming through. A lot of you are on the fence about whether to stay. You're looking for avenues in which you can make more money. You may be investing more time in a side hustle. You may be picking up sort of shifts in a job where almost like, this doesn't have to be literal, but almost like an Uber type thing where it's side money, but you can make your own schedule. You may be starting to put more time into that other stuff because either it's more rewarding or, there is something about you want the independence to just go off and do something on yourself. But again, in metaphor, it's like whoever or whatever you're working with or for, you think they view you as childlike mentality or I don't know if it's that they baby you. It's not that. It's that they don't value you. It's literally that he's turned his back. This is the Hierophant, right? The spiritual leader. So in a career spread, the leader, the boss, the supervisor, the manager. You're coming out of a place where you feel like, you're just not seen. You may have to move to a different city to do what you want to do. You may have to leave a group of friends, too, if you do have good collaborators at your current workplace. There is something that seems very like an independent spirit, an entrepreneur. You know what I'm trying to say. Entrepreneurial? Let's just go with that. Close enough. Yeah, and then you get your own card. This is a Capricorn card. It's a great card in tarot. It's the completion of cycles. You have two major completions. Death is really releasing what doesn't serving us, understanding, okay, I can't bring everything with me. That's what I mean. It's like you're leaving the group, the circus behind. That in itself is a metaphor, right? You're leaving maybe the crazy people, right? You're leaving the tents. You're fleeing the station, the group of people to go off and do something on your own. I think you're being very secretive about it. And again, I mean, that might actually be smart to not tell everybody your game plan or your strategy, but what is that great expression? It has something to do with like, oh, I wish I could think of it. It's such a great expression. It's like it has something to do with like you can't criticize people who work at the circus. You have to ask yourself why you're hanging out with the clowns. It's something basically saying if you're not happy with the situation, you have the power to change it, but it doesn't serve you to stay there and criticize everything that they're doing wrong. It's like if you're unhappy, there's nothing keeping you here. You got the damn world card. You can fly. You can travel. This card does indicate there's multiple people with their eyes on you. So again, if that's not your story now, put out those resumes, put out those applications, because it could be that you get a bite back. And this is such a card of freedom, of pride, of in a sense, you need to be vulnerable and real with yourself, but being proud of everything that you have to offer and not making excuses or apologies, embracing, who you want to be and who you want to become. In a sense, what comes, this is like a card of graduation. So some of you could literally be graduating, but if that's not the case, you're graduating from like an older version of yourself or who you wanted to be or the job you thought you idealized or the job you thought you want. This is saying it's almost like a card of rebirth. You're being birthed through a new birth canal now, and you're coming out on the other end of the rainbow, Capricorn. I'm such a dork. There's something better that you're supposed to go towards. Like, I don't know how else to say it. And I don't mean to crush anybody. If you're happy at your job and you're just doing an energy check to see what money is going to be like, to that I would say there's going to be some pause. There's going to be some delay. You're going to keep, probably doing the same thing you're doing. Down the line, there's probably going to be more money, but I don't know. A lot of you, again, I have to go with the message that comes through the strongest. A lot of you are deliberating, should I stay or should I go? Is there more money elsewhere? Spirit is asking you, is there more happiness elsewhere? That should be one of your priorities too. Because it's like you're going to burn out more quickly, even if the price tag is, I tell you this every time, Capricorn, I'm sorry, it comes through. It's what Spirit wants you to know. The price tag must be great, or if the price tag is great, you can do it, but you're going to burn out a lot more quick, if you're, I'm struggling hardcore with speaking today. You know what I'm trying to say. There is value in seeking out a job that not only brings you good finances, but happiness as well. If you're happy, it will be an easier job to do because you're in it. You're committed to it, right? You just see more potential. And I mean, there's more potential for networking, doing something in a business or in a topic in a certain type of field that promotes growth and spirituality. Even with the rainbow inclusivity, you might be doing something with groups who are, typically factions or underseen or underappreciated. You know, you might be fighting for the people, Capricorn, right? Especially in Pride Month, right? With the rainbow, you could also be working with a Sagittarius, like a very spiritual Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck is you. I like that. But then we got a little healing. You have to make your mind up about what path you want to choose. Yeah, you got the Six of Cups again. Something in the past that brought you joy. A lot of you are being called to reconsider or reconnect with someone from the past, particularly a fire sign that maybe you blocked, or maybe you were working with them, but you guys had some arguments. You may potentially need to heal the past with another Capricorn, or reconcile the difference, or it has to do with your inner child. You have to heal your inner child so that you start, again, moving towards what you love and enjoy, not just something that seems financially solid or reliable. By all means, trust your intuition. I know money is important, and I also recognize we don't always have the luxury to spend more time doing what's fun versus what's necessary. Again, balance, moderation. Over time, when you start putting more time into what you love, that's bound to grow. That's what I see here. Doing something, even if it's just a skill or a hobby, something you do on weekends that maybe you don't even look at it right now as a financial prospect, though you probably do because you think that way, Capricorn, which is a smart way of thinking. There's potential there. Keep working on your side hustle, your side projects. If indeed you are unhappy at work and you don't feel seen, if you don't like the leadership, I think quite frankly some of you are going to jump ship because you reach a point where it's just you've reached your max payout. You're never going to get more vacation, or you reach some sort of road blockage where you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go a different route because you're keeping me stuck here and I don't like it. Yeah, that's really what I got for you. Final, let's do a final thing on career and finances. Anything? Yeah, you're in assessment mode. Seven of Pentacles. Will these seeds grow? Should I abandon it entirely? Shall I uproot this little tree and replant it in another place? Again, some of you might be moving. Yeah, there's movement and action in your future. Some of you want to be work with crystals. You're like a seer, potential like psychic abilities. Yeah, maybe you're going to open like a crystal shop or do tarot readings, or go play, go have fun. I just heard Candyland. Maybe that's with your kid. Go play Candyland with your kid. Spend time with your imaginations, with your dreams, thinking outlandish, ridiculous, Peter Pan type thoughts, Never Land. Sorry, guys. There is something of value in just being ridiculous and having fun. You might be taking something too seriously and it's actually causing you more stress and anxiety. Spend time in an environment that brings you pure joy, not for anyone else's sake, not because it's beneficial to your bank account. Go to the beach, sit in the sun, read a book, listen to the ocean. You may come up with some really fun idea that you want to implement in your work life that potentially is quite lucrative. Okay, let's look at your love and romance situation. So High Priestess. Well, there's the confirmation for those who want to be High Priestess, psychic reader, fortune teller, gypsy, crystal, whatever psychic spiritual guides, right? Boom, there it is. It's usually a card of Cancer. It could potentially be a Pisces as well. I'm seeing like octopus legs, octopus tentacles. It feels like someone's squeezing you for an answer or squeezing you for a commitment or trying to squeeze information out of you. Or this could be a psychic intuitive hit you're having, a dream you're having. Some of you are definitely spending time with your faith and spirituality. You're asking God for answers. You're wanting to connect to spirit or source, and you want their guidance on romance. There's a person sliding right in, and it's very cute. You may have written this person off because you see them as too crazy. It could be a Sagittarius or a Pisces. I suppose it could be a Cancer too. You see them as a bit of a wild card. You're intrigued by them, and you may have even wished for them to come in and make an offer to you or flirt with you, or it's like you're trying to get information on them, but you're being very coy. You're not wearing your heart on your sleeve, but you're intrigued. I don't think this person even knows that you like them though, but they may have feelings for you, or again, small flirtations. I just keep hearing they're coming in. Make way, I'm coming in. Okay, so it could be a Cancer. I mean, this is flanked with Cancerian cards. The Chariot, it's a card of victory. It's a card of balancing your dark and your light energies. You might be trying to repair something with a Virgo. You could meet someone traveling. You have 2 cards of traveling, road trips, taking a plane flight to whatever. Maybe you're going on vacation. Maybe you're going to the beach, I don't know, whatever it is. You have 2 cards of meeting someone in transit or travel. And it doesn't have to be, extreme travel. It could be going on a job interview in the city and you're walking and bump into someone, right? It could be your classic rom-com vibe, right? No, you potentially meet someone in transit or travel, and it's someone who, if you're not big into reading, I don't know if it's reading cards or again asking God for answers about manifesting love and romance. It could be someone who's been doing that, and you in a sense are like a gift to this person because you cross paths with them. It could be someone you work with. There's kind of 2 different energies here, and I'm not necessarily saying you have multiple options. You might. But there's 2 people coming up that are not necessarily you, potentially a Virgo and an Aquarius. There's someone who's very kind of dark and gothic and kind of witchy vibes that you're intrigued by. And then there's someone else who's almost like, I don't know how to say this and not sound mean, but I don't mean for it to be. It's someone who's kind of just like bumbling. They're just kind of silly and a little bit loud, and they might even be a little bit annoying, but you do know that they have a good heart. They have good intentions, but again, they're kind of like a wild child or a wild card, and it makes you kind of nervous. Like, I don't think you see yourself dating them. And then there's someone else who I think is definitely single. And again, you're not running out to express your love to them, but you're intrigued by them. It's like you're wanting to shine your light on them and see what happens. Oh, this is this whole octopus metaphor. So some of you who are with a Virgo, you feel like they're squeezing you for a marriage proposal or details or something about feeling really... I'm so sorry, Capricorn, my camera froze there. So yeah, you got your wild child, and then you potentially have a Virgo that, again, it's like this octopus metaphor, the tentacles, it's like squeezing you for an answer or for pressure. They're putting lots of pressure on you. Maybe it's for a proposal, maybe it's for a divorce. Someone is putting pressure and you're trying to free yourself from it. So if anything, I think someone is trying to pressure you into commitment. I mean, I guess it could go vice versa. I'm just going to show you the cards. So this could potentially involve a Cancer or a Virgo. You see how there's the octopus with the tentacles, and it's almost like the tentacles are coming in on this person, but they just want to be free. They don't want that commitment. So some of you are trying to, again, with the Cancerian, maybe Pisces. This to me is very much Cancer, the Chariot. Forgiveness with a Cancer. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. It could certainly be someone in your family, right? But again, honoring that inner child. This could be someone you have a child with, potentially someone you're married to, that you've had a child together. You want it to be a victory. You want it to be peace and balance and harmony. You might be trying to forgive or bring balance to a situation with a Cancer. Could also be a Sagittarius. Tell me about the Six of Swords. I'm intrigued by this kind of wild child bumbling. They're just kind of loud. This could be a Pisces or a Sagittarius. Could be an Aquarius. Gratitude. Yeah. Okay, so this is someone you have a friendship with already. You may not have seen them as a romantic suitor, but there's potential for that to grow into something if you wanted to pursue it. This might be a person who is divorced or has a child from another marriage or another relationship. And I don't know why, but something about that gives you pause, Capricorn. I suppose that could be you too, and maybe you're not thinking you have time to commit to that relationship right now if you're taking care of your kid. Oh, this is really cute. Yeah, okay, so some of you who and again, vice versa, I'm not sure if there's someone with a child, there's potentially a Cancer involved that could bring balance and harmony to the relationship. Cancers are like the mother of the zodiac, sort of, so there's good like parent or mother daddy vibes with a Cancer. And there's also a solid friendship with someone here too that they might be, I just heard, sliding into your DMs. They're very active, they're very athletic. They're probably someone who like goes bungee jumping and does all sorts of like parasailing, and again, wild child vibes. And maybe that's you, there's something that intrigues you about them. And it seems like at minimum, a very strong friendship that potentially could bloom and grow into something that you're not anticipating. Sorry about my phone. I hate when it rings. There's trickery with the High Priestess. So there might be two Cancers involved here, or again, maybe a Pisces. You might be fooling yourself about this person who's your friend, who's the wild child. It's actually the opposite of what you think. You're like, oh, I could never date them. They're crazy. Like, they're foolish. They're not good with their money. They're not good with you're fooling yourself. There's something with potential there. You're also fooling yourself about the Cancer. I don't know what that's... And so again, it doesn't have to be negative or positive, but it's saying it's the opposite of what you believe. You need to start actually thinking about that. Your intuition is on point. It's your heart or your head is getting in the way of what your intuition is trying to tell you. For a lot of you, it's the trickery of, bear with me for the metaphor. It's like, oh my God, it's a dragon. It's not. Look, it's like Puff the Magic Dragon. It's not as scary. So some of you may be intimidated to talk to a Cancer, or if there's someone you're like, oh, they don't see me, especially maybe a Virgo too. A Virgo, they don't see me, they don't like me, they don't even know who I am. That to me is saying like you're tricking yourself. If you want to go up and talk to them and start some type of, kind of small flirtation, I think they would be receptive to it. Look, I mean, the squirrel presents the acorn and he gladly accepts it, right? This to me, it's tricking yourself into thinking, oh, it's scary, I don't want to do it. Maybe for some of you, I could never be alone. I could never be single. So I'm going to settle in this relationship where I'm clearly not happy, where someone is always like leaving me or making me feel abandoned. It's like you're tricking yourself. It's not that scary. I just wanted to say it's not that scary. You can do it. So apply that in your life wherever you see fit. I want one more card on this. It's bothering me. What is this? Some of you are witches. You're very connected to source, to spirit, to the elements, the Fool. Again, an Aquarius potentially. The dreamy, it doesn't have to be an Aquarius, but the dreamy, bumbling, whatever, the wild card, there's potential there. Stop fooling yourself. That's what I keep being called to tell you. Yeah, oh my God, is it an Aquarius? And maybe you don't know who this Aquarius is yet. Maybe they haven't come into your life, but you have 3 cards of Aquarius that are like, yeah, that could be a good fit. And to me, it's coming up over this. Your intuition is on point. Quit fooling yourself. Quit tricking yourself. Stop coming up with the reasons why it couldn't work. Start viewing it through a different lens of why it could, about how you're going to make it your victory, right? Something with a Virgo and a Cancer, Aquarius. Why am I still pulling cards? I need to wrap this up. Anyone with the child involved? What's that? 9 of Cups. Yeah. If there's already someone you're interested with and you're having doubt about, oh, well, they already have a child from a divorce, or they could be a child of divorce. Something about that, it might be giving you pause, but it's saying there's wish fulfillment in it. So something about that could be manifested. If you, again, with the baby scenarios, if you're thinking about starting a family, again, wish fulfillment. There's absolutely a chance there. Again, particularly it's falling next to Virgo and Cancer. Gratitude. Boy, these cards wanted to come out earlier. There might be a friendship with a Capricorn that you need to heal. Because in a sense, you're soulmates. Even if that's not romantic, you guys are meant to be together. This could be a business collaboration. Again, something spiritual or psychic or creative, artistic. It's giving you anxiety that you guys are fighting, but it's saying it would be worth your while to heal this relationship. Because there's just something special about it. It was meant to be. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but there's potential wedding bells with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or another Capricorn as well. But that would require healing or a difficult argument to be settled or a conversation to be had, because right now there's a lot of blockages there, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't be salvaged. These are very positive cards. Extend your gratitude, show your appreciation to this person, focus on the qualities they like or that you do like about them. If it's worth salvaging to you, then yeah, this is a difficult time, but it shows the potential to be healed. Capricorn, that's what I got for you. There's a lot of messages here. I feel like I'm reading for 9 different people right now. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. See you very soon for more tarot. Bye.